So do you want your university tuition to be fully paid? Then this is the right video for you, because I'll give you an exact blueprint of exactly what I wrote in order to get a winning application for a top university in the UK, and I didn't have to pay a single penny for my postgraduate fee. And once you know the process, it's actually really easy to follow through on that. Obviously, having a full breakdown of the application process, because most of the applications follow the same themes. So understanding what you should be writing in order to get a winning application it's obviously a win-win. So there's a whole host of reasons why you should apply for a tuition fee, but a simple Google search, you can clearly see there's literally hundreds and hundreds of universities offering some sort of funding. So it clearly shows that, there's so many opportunities available, but are students taking those opportunities? Obviously, that's the key. The first thing is there's funding available, but it's within your best interest to go out and find them. The second key reason why you should apply is extra money in this economy is a win-win. So you should definitely, go out and apply for the scholarships that you fit into. And the third reason is a scholarship application is actually really easy to write once you kind of know the formula of what you should be writing and how you can get that across to the people marking thousands and thousands of applications. So it's about standing out. So I'll give you exactly what I wrote in order to win a scholarship application. So just a quick background about me. My name's Halima, and I didn't pay a single penny for my postgraduate master's degree. And, I had the tuition fee fully paid out for, and I'm here to help you do the exact same, and really pinpoint in detail what sort of language you should be using in order to get a winning application. So just to break it down to you, I'll give you 5 main steps in order to get a winning application. And in those 5 steps, I will really break down what I wrote for each point. So the first point is you have to look at the requirements, look at the prerequisites of that scholarship. There's no point applying for something that you don't even fit the requirements. So for example, one requirement might be we only want, people that are getting the top grades within their cohort. So in the UK, it's a first class degree classification. If you're not meeting that requirement, don't bother, because you're wasting your time, and they'll just chuck your, application in the bin. So that's the first point. Look at the requirements and the prerequisites of the scholarship. And a top tip that I will definitely give you here is make sure, instead of applying for the generic scholarships, so, just where it's publicized everywhere, go for a specific niche one. So if you're a female, for example, in, physics, doing a postgraduate in a physics course, for example, they have a lot going on there because they want to increase the participation for, females in science degrees. So go for the ones where you'll have a higher chance of winning that. So yeah, look at the requirements and prerequisites before you even carry on with writing the application. The second key step is they always ask for inspiration. What inspired you to choose the course? This is a really important, a key bit. So it's literally trying to get you to say, what was that aha moment that forced you to, go through with a degree, carrying on with your degree if it's postgraduate, or, made you write that application for your undergraduate. So be honest here, give them a story. And for this, I'll give you exactly what I wrote for that inspiration bit. And before I get into that, the third key point is they always ask you for what your goal and vision is after your completion of that course. So the key here is you don't have to have it all figured out, but you need to have a pathway. You need to have some sort of pathway. Obviously, they're not going to hold a gun to your head and say, why didn't you choose that career path? Just be honest and give them a legit pathway that this degree will take you. Because there's no point saying, oh, I want to do this degree, but it's not really relevant to what I want to do, 5 years down the line. Because the institution giving you the scholarship, they see it as an investment. And obviously with an investment, they would like to see some return. And that return would be you being in a professional career that links to that course. So make sure you give them a clear pathway. And the fourth key bit, moving on, is proof of previous work in terms of academic projects, assignments. So what have you done previously in order to show that? And the fifth point is, how will the scholarship help you now? So we've given you the scholarship. How is it going to have an immediate impact on your student experience? So those are the 5 key points, but I'll give you exactly what I wrote for those 5 key points. And every application, especially within the UK, kind of follows this similar pathway. So for the inspiration bit, let me start off here. The question within the application is, what inspired you to study your chosen subjects, and why have you chosen the University of Sheffield? So I started off with giving them a background. The initial inspiration to study economics starts from my time as a GCSE student at secondary school. I chose the subject as a GCSE 6 years ago, and since then I have been continually fascinated by the subject to pursue it as one of my A-level choices, and then ultimately as my undergraduate degree. This shows that an early exposure of economics from an academic perspective has benefited me, as it cultivated my curiosity to learn more and apply it to everyday experiences. So I've given them a bit of background. I haven't just chosen this subject out of, I just feel like it. I've said that throughout my school, life, I've picked it throughout, high school, then sixth form, and then university as well. So I've given them a clear pathway of where I see this. But then I've stated, if I go further on, at postgraduate level, an opportunity to specialise in a more specific field such as health economics would allow me to enter a new discipline that would be aided by my pre-existing economics knowledge. So I've given them a bit of detail saying, yeah, I've done economics previously, but now I want to, focus on this discipline that this institution, specialises in. So I've made it a little bit more straight to the point, and you have to be honest here. You have to give the institution a story, but bear in mind, don't waffle on, because it's only 250 words max. So be clear, straight to the point, and that is the important bit for that inspiration. So for me, it started off from an early exposure to the subject. So for me, that's when I was about 14, 15 at school. And the second bit that I mentioned within that point is you have to be straight to the point, straight away. You have to say, it started from school, and now I want to focus on niching in. Now, the third key bit that I said after looking at the requirements, inspiration, and then the third bit was give them a goal or a vision after your completion. So this is the question here. Explain your goals for after you have completed your postgraduate study. As I said, it's an investment, so they want to see a return on that. So I've started off straight away. Following the completion of the master's course, I would like to pursue a career working in consultancy, specifically as a health economist. By undertaking a master's at the University of Sheffield with its research focus, this will enable me to develop the relevant analytical skills needed to have an edge in a competitive market. Attaining a master's in health economics will equip me for roles in research to establish and support both the government, big pharma and other interested stakeholders on the economic benefit of their goods and services. So it just goes to show here, I've done background into the careers that people go into once they specialise in this course. So I'm not waffling here, I'm being straight to the point. I'm saying after the completion, I'm going to do this career. And as I said, they're not holding a gun to your head. If you have a pathway and you have so much clarity within that pathway and you've done your background research, put it in here. Put it in here. It just shows that you're a serious candidate. You've not just said, I'm just doing a postgraduate because, you know, I want to be a student for an extra year or something. That's just being ridiculous. You have to be super, super clear on why you're doing a postgraduate course. So literally you can read the rest of the paragraph, but I started off straight with the point. And I can also obviously send you this application. Obviously do not copy and paste it, because turn it in, it's gonna catch you out. But this is the bit for your goals after your completion, because they're giving you an investment. They want to see a return in terms of you being successful in your career. That's the key bit. Literally, that is the key bit. So give them pathway or a vision after your completion. Now moving on, the proof bit. Proof of previous work or academic assignment or a project or some sort of placement. This is what I put for this paragraph. So here the question is, tell us about an academic assignment or project that you've worked on or currently working on as part of your undergraduate degree. So here I put, I'm currently working on a consultancy project with a company who specialises in English teaching to non-native English speakers. This project has reinforced my interest in the areas of market research, and I was able to work with the company director to utilise ways to improve its business framework in order to market its service to other countries. So there, straight off the bat, I've said what assignment I'm working on currently, and I'm clearly working with the stakeholders within the company to, you know, outsource their offerings to other countries. So that's already a win-win in terms of the applicant, the person, the judge's eyes. I've given them here, it's a teamwork. It's not just me on my own. It's obviously be clear on that collaboration bit. They don't want to just see you. You just have to say how you helped in that moment and achieve a really good grade within that academic assignment. So here it's super clear. It's for your undergraduate degree. Now moving on, the fifth bit that I said is, how will this scholarship help you now? If we give you this scholarship right now, what are you going to do with it, and how is it going to help you with your student experience? So here I've given that exact paragraph, 250 words. How would receiving the scholarship benefit you and enhance your student experience? So I said, by undertaking a master's at the University of Sheffield, which is renowned for its research and staff specialism, so you've got to here like boost up the ego. You've got to say, you know, it's an amazing institution. I feel it will enhance and contribute to my career development significantly. So based on my academic background and the merits, and this financial opportunity will open the doors to my career goals and help me achieve my potential. So I've further said that not having to worry about money is a bonus in this day and age. It will allow me to focus on the studies, which matter obviously the most. So that's the bit that I've put on the last sentence. So these types of scholarships are a step towards providing equality in this respect, and it would remove the burden of finance on the student. So that last paragraph is just unbelievably amazing. And honestly, if I could go back, I'll give myself another scholarship. I'll give myself another £10,000 because that is a winning scholarship. And just from those 5 steps that I've given you, looking at the requirements, what's that inspiration? Where's that inspiration come from to study that course? It's not just off the cuff, you're actually serious. And the third one, what's that goal? What's that vision after completion? Because I said it's an investment. They're investing in you, so they want to see a return, hopefully. A proof of previous work, so that's the 4th point, or an academic assignment, or your placement year, whatever. But here it's in an academic context, so they want to see some sort of like work within a research environment, for example. And the 5th point is, if we give you this, give you loads of money right now, what will you do with it in the present moment? Because previously you said, you know, within next year or the year after, I'm going to work in this firm or this environment. The 5th point is, what are you going to do with the money now? So that's the key bit. And obviously, if you want to go through this exact framework in detail, I can send you this exact template word for word, and also give you the prompts for what to consider. So just literally exact blueprint. Obviously, remember, do not copy and paste this word for word, because Turnitin does exist. But obviously, just comment down below if you want this exact application, because there's obviously this, you know, it's a clear guidance for what to write. And obviously, I'll give you prompts throughout of what to consider, and I can send that to you straight away. Just comment down below on this video.